Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. Yeah, XRP, I remain very skeptical that we can already be on our way to new all-time highs and that the low is already in. To tell you that until we really break above $1 and $2, it is still very likely that we come down once more. And at the moment, especially as we broke above below this ascending trend line again, I think that might have already been it. If we take a look at this in a little bit more detail, we had this ascending trend line on the chart. Told you, I mean, as long as we are above this ascending trend line, we could really be forming here an ascending triangle. Break in the first instance above that 87-cent level. The price has not managed to do that. And as I always say, if you break below an ascending trend line, for then that probably is it. Especially as XRP did not only break below this ascending trend line, no, it also broke below the 50-day moving average and is now retesting it from below. That is fairly bearish. It is coming up to 78 cents, and if it is not able to maintain that or move higher, it will probably bounce off that 50-day moving average from below and will probably move lower again. This is what my primary expectation would be now. I just wanted to show you how the price could maintain a bullish momentum, because, you know, in the end, both scenarios are possible. What I need to mention, the price did everything that we said on this channel here, or have been saying since the end of November. It did reach that target area, and this was the turnaround point where I said with the highest probability the price is going to turn around here. It did turn around, but is this maintainable? Is this sustainable? Because just because it has fulfilled the minimum requirements of a correction, it doesn't mean it couldn't drop even lower. As you can see in this target area, there is still space to the downside, maybe even to 38 cents. But how can we maintain here a bullish momentum also in terms of the Elliott wave count? Well, there is a possibility to count this here as a wave 1, but we have to assume, or we have to understand, that the price has not maintained a bullish momentum, or at least not an impulsive momentum. So we can count this here as a wave 1, 2. And then the wave 3 would need to be up here somewhere. Then you come down in a wave 4 and a wave 5. And in my opinion, only when we reach that wave 3 and then see a wave 4 completed, then we can be very certain that the low is already in. Until then, it is to a large degree speculation. And as you can see here at the moment, it does not seem to work out that way. It would only work out, in my opinion, above that $1 and $2 level. That would be the first major resistance level here on the way to new all-time highs. This is structurally a very important level. But where would this wave 3 need to go to really count as wave 3? Let's take the Fibonacci extensions for that, because typically, or you know, the minimum target for a wave 3 is the 1.618 Fib extension. So I've already put it on the chart here. It would need to be a minimum of $1.20 where the price has to reach. And yeah, we are far away from that. First of all, the price would need to move above $1 and $2. It's not managed to do it. And from here then, either here 120, maybe 134, that is the 200% extension, or even the 2.618. You know, we see cryptocurrencies do so. Sometimes cryptos even see here the 3.618, but I don't think it will do that straight away. We have a lot of resistance here along the way, but the 1.618 would be at least something that we would that would be desirable, right, in a wave 3. Until then, it is not a wave 3, so you can see there is a lot of scope, a lot of distance to cover, then a wave 4 and then another wave 5 to the upside. Until then, there is still significant downside risk for XRP here, and especially as the price has not managed to break above this 87-cent level. I'm very skeptical. I mean, this could technically, you could call this still a cup and handle, yeah, but again, with these patterns I'm always a bit careful. Nevertheless, it's nice to have them on the chart and to play around with it a little bit. You've got here your cup that could become a handle from which you could then break out to the upside. Absolutely still possible, and I've just shown you a way how this could work out. But for that, the price needs to quickly move above, at least first now, 78 cents again. And I'm not just meaning, you know, it needs to move to 78.3. No, it needs to make a significant move above that, because now it is fighting with this 50-day moving average. And if it's losing that fight, it certainly can come down lower. There's a chance we break above it again, because we can see here the 4-hour momentum. The MACD is pushing higher again. So here it has a chance to turn around back to the upside. But has this translated already to the higher time frame as well? On the 8-hour, we saw it already shifting back up again, which is okay. On the daily, though, it is very, very impulsive down. You see the downside momentum. And, you know, even here we had another short signal that was on the 5th of April. So yeah, from my point of view, it's getting here a bit critical. The 2-day chart under pressure, also pushing here lower, and we even have a short signal on the 2-day chart. Yeah, and on the 4-day chart, also here possibly a short signal we're gonna get, and the 4-day MACD is also again turning around to the downside. So very, very skeptical here about XRP. The only chance it has, in my opinion, is for the 4-hour to translate this potential bullish momentum over to the 8-hour, then over to the daily. But generally, the way it looks, the way it's coming up here looks very corrective only, and it seems like we are struggling to get above the previous low and above the 50-day moving average again, which would rather indicate that we're coming down lower. And with the lower, I mean, yeah, probably in the first instance here to 61 cents. That is, by the way, the level from which I would say the potential upside scenario that I've just shown you is invalidated, because as I showed you, this here is a wave 1. We could count it as a wave 1, 2, but then we need the wave 3, 4, 5. Now a wave 2, if this wave here, yeah, drops below the previous wave, that's it, you know, that's it. So yeah, we need a bit more patience. The uptrend is in no way confirmed. That is why I have remained so careful in the last few days and weeks to really talk about sustainable breakouts when everybody's already talked about new all-time highs, but I try to keep it real here. And you know, we just need to understand that there's a lot going on in the world at the moment. A lot of it already priced into the charts, but we have a very dynamic environment at the moment, and that might also affect the price. Absolutely, you know. As I said, a lot is already priced into the charts, but what I also see, and I read it always in the comments, it's a good indicator as well for me, like a sentiment shift, when I see now everybody's talking again about lower prices and prices crashing down really, which is a good indicator that we could see this coming for now, because you can see it in the sentiment shift really. It's very interesting, but yeah, let's see. And yeah, in my view, we have a good chance to come down once more lower here for XRP, especially now that we broke below the 50-day moving average and below that trend line. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.